Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am in Ocean Breeze Park, Florida with a de Havilland DH-C2 Beaver, and I'm going to fly this on over to Walker's Cay, Bahamas. Now this video is going to start a new series on flights I'm going to be doing throughout a lot of the Caribbean destinations that are in Sim Update 16, which is most of them. It's a lot of them. Really good stuff. And if you watch my channels, you know, in the past, in my videos before, you'll notice that I really like flying out in this area. This is where I spend most of my time flying at, right out here in the Caribbean. You know, and I take off from Florida a lot of times and I'll fly out there. And there isn't any add-ons for the areas I'm going to be flying to and from here, other than Seafront Simulations Global Shipping add-on, which is probably responsible for that nice little sailboat you see right there appearing. Okay, so yeah, so I'm anchored here. So now what I'm going to do is get on board the plane, and they just dropped me off here, the boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the door here, and I'm going to get up front, get the batteries on, and get everything going, and the plane is just how I left it. Okay, so, and also, what I'm going to be doing too is I'm not going to just fly the same plane to all of these destinations. I'll be mixing and matching, you know, different planes and things like that. So I might take one plane, but you may see it again on another flight or whatever. But I'm going to mix a lot of planes, you know. So I'm going to be taking a lot of different planes depending on the flight. I think this plane is appropriate for this flight because the reason why is because I'm going to land in the water out there, out by the marina. Now, the runway is only 2,400 feet long, concrete out in Walker's Cay. I've never flown there before. But that's good because we'll see it for the first time here. And with the Sim Update 16 and Ultra graphics, everything is maxed out, okay? So now let me go ahead now and mixture, full rich. Prop, I'm just going to put that up about 30. Throttle, just get it about right there, and let me get my alternators on, my battery, my avionics master. I'm gonna put the pitot heat on, no floodlight, nav lights, beacon, strobe, and this is the first flight that I'm doing since Sim Update 16 Caribbean. All right, so let me see. Altimeter set. The Garmin's are booting up right now, and everything is looking good. My water rudder is down still, which I'm going to leave it like that. You know, I might want to, no, you know what? We're not leaving it down. We're going to put that up, okay, for taking off. I want to be able to stay straight there, and everything else is looking good. Secure that oil filler cap. And let me hit enter here. This should be roughly about, it looks like a 50-minute flight time to get there. And what I plan to do with the video is, once I get to cruising altitude and things are going smoothly, I'll cut out the video and I'll come back as I get closer to Walker's Cay. And also when I get there, I want to do a little fly around. It looks pretty small, so I could do a little fly around. We'll take a look at it, and I'm going to land out near the marina or anything like that. You know, whatever they have there. All right, let me go ahead and pull the anchor. All right, and I think we are ready to start. Now, my flaps, I'm going to put them in takeoff. This is a stock livery. I don't think this is a custom livery. I believe it's just a stock livery. And as you know, the plane did come with a lot of liveries. I don't think I got any stock liveries for this. I mean, I got some from a few planes. I don't remember for this one. I didn't fly it a whole lot. But I don't know why, because I do like this plane, okay? All right, everything looks good. We're ready to start. All right, so let's hit that booster pump. Booster pump is on. My payload fuel is at about 85% for this flight, so more than what I need, but I'd rather have more than what I need than less than what I need, because, you know, I'm going to be over the Atlantic. All right, so. And cruising altitude is going to be 7,000 feet, maybe 8,000. I'll see how it goes for this flight. So everything else looks good. we have a good start. All right, now we are anchors up and we are going forward now. See, all right. So, well, all that's left to do now is just fasten your seatbelts, and we are going to take off. First, let's see. Make sure these are not. Sometimes I have those things set. Okay, I don't, which is fine right now. All right, let's go ahead and take off. Hit the full throttle. Love the water effects on this plane too. We should be at takeoff speed right now. Notice I'm already climbing there. There we go. No problem. And you know how I'm taking off here. All I gotta do is set my course to 096. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm going to lock the heading in at 096. We're going to keep on climbing. Okay, that's good. 096. And autopilot heading select. Vertical speed on. But we're not going to climb it though, 2,000. Okay. Altitude 7,000. I had that set. Somehow it got changed. Okay, but that's alright. No, I want that 7,000. I'm not sure how I'm changing it, but that's good. All right. Everything else is looking good. All right. I don't want you all to miss the nice view here. Ocean Breeze Park, Florida. There is also an airport just south of here. Stuart, Florida. I think it's over there somewhere. Right across that bridge out there. So we are on our way. Now let me go ahead and start checking some more things here. Let's see. I'm at 800. Yep, 800 feet a minute. Speed is looking good. And we're climbing up to 7,000. So yeah. Everything's fine. Now I'm going to lower down flaps instead of takeoff. We're going to drop it to retract them to climb. See, climb, and then all the way over here would be at cruise. Okay, so plane is a bit noisy, so I'm going to lower the volume. So even though I love engine sound, so you all can hear me talking still. And as you can see, there's a yacht down here, and we might see some ships too. Got seafront simulations head-on activated here installed. Okay, so I'm coming up on 3,000 feet right now. Speed good, climb rates good, everything else is normal. So, and I expect to have a pretty good landing out there when we get to Walker's Cay. And I picked Walker's Cay for the first episode in this series because that's the one they showed first on the trailer. So I'm going to kind of go along the line there. Whatever areas they showed on the trailer, I'm going to try to do those. But I may not do it in that exact order, but I'm going to kind of just try to do it that way. But I'm also going to be adding a lot of other places that are not mentioned because there's actually 104 added points of interest in Sim Update 16 for the Caribbean. 104 that's a good bit, you know. So a bunch of lighthouses and things like that. So we're gonna be flying by lighthouses and you know, and yeah, it should be some pretty good stuff. It really should be. And I from what I understand, the water has also changed. There's some improved water masking in certain areas, so we're probably going to see some of that too. And the only add-on that I have is for Cat K. I got some scenery, and you may have seen my video. that I posted some time ago about Cat K, and it's just outstanding. I don't know if Cat K has changed in this update, but it might have, you know. But I like the payware scenery I got. It was not very much, and if you want to find out more about that, you can check the other video out. All right, we coming up on 5,000 feet. Once I get to 7,000 feet, I'm gonna level. I'm gonna just kind of come back on my RPMs and my throttle. I'm gonna lean up the mixture a little bit right now. Let's get that down to about 80, and then I will cut back out, and I'll come back in once I get closer to Walker Cay. Let's zoom this out a little bit now, because you notice we're a little off course here. So let's go ahead and do a turn. Change our headings up here. I'm gonna lock in the nav once I get a little bit closer here to my course on this leg here, and it's just a single leg flight, so straight shot, nothing to it. Live weather, and the time is, I think it was like around noonish when I took off. Let's take a look. All right, 12:17. So yeah, and I set it for noon because right now it is 12:45 a.m. in Florida. So we want to see the nice new scenery. So I've been kind of busy today, so I have to do the videos when I can. A lot of times at this time of night, I like to fly around the Great Barrier Reef or places in Australia, because it's daylight hours there at this time. Can't complain about the VFR conditions. I'm liking it. It's great. No trouble seeing. And we're already at 6,000 feet. Let's go ahead and start leaning up the mixture a little bit more. Up 70. This is a lot different, this plane, than those fancy jets have been flying, right? Old school Beaver here, Fun. It's fun to fly though. I like this plane. I just don't fly. I haven't flown it much, but it's nice to play around with out here in the Bahamas, because float version, land wherever you want. Do a lot of island hopping. All right, 6,500 feet. So yeah, we'll be at 7,000 soon. What I'm gonna do, if it doesn't stop, I'm gonna put my altitude hold on. Sometimes it doesn't, not just this plane, a bunch of them, they won't stop. They'll keep climbing or descending past my set altitude. So I don't know if it just gives you an alarm once it gets, to let you know your altitude. But sometimes I notice it stops on its own. So we'll see. If it starts coming, if my rate of climb starts coming down, I know it's about to do it. But it's not, you see. So let's make sure we get this holding at 7,000 feet. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to come back here on my RPMs and my throttles, where it stays in the green, optimal running. All right, let me see. Altitude hold. Oh, it looks like it's trying to come down. No, it certainly is. Okay, that's fine. So I must have said it correctly. Okay, so surprisingly. All right, so now we are at 7,000 feet. All right, so let's let our speed build up a little bit, and then I am also going to lean up some more. All right here is good. This will work. All right, now I'm going to set my flaps retracted to cruise, and our speed is really going up now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, let's take this, we're going to put this in green. Optimal RPMs right about there. And throttle. Throttle we can keep it. All right. And we shouldn't overspeed at this, but I think that's good. This is perfect cruising speed. We had about looks like about 135 or something, or close to it. It's increasing a little bit, so I will come back some on this. We'll go in the blue. Let's do about 90. Put it there. So we'll keep it on 27, maybe 25. Let's keep that on 25. And let's see what we got now. That really made a difference in my speed, though. Now I'm only doing 120, so yeah, I don't think I need to come back. I'm gonna keep my throttle out of the way, but my RPMs back. That way, you know, because we were going nice and fast right there, you know. So, all right, so I'm thinking my cruising speed's gonna, you know, level off at about 135, but I doubt it's gonna go over 140. Because I can always come back. All right, so I'm going to keep on heading to Walker's Cay, and I will see you all when I get closer. Okay, I am cruising along at 7,000 feet, and as you can see here, I spotted a cargo ship down here. And so we're about halfway there. There you go. That's a good look at it. And yeah, let me show you here on my garment. All right, so we are almost 50 nautical miles now west of Walker Cay, and I have 24 minutes estimated time en route to get there. Okay, so. And I did climb up to 8,000 feet for just a few minutes, and I decided to come back down to 7,000 because I was maxed out on RPM and throttle, and I still was only at about 120. So I found that 7,000 was a better optimal altitude to be at right now, and the way the conditions are. So that's what I did. I came back down to 7,000. I've been cruising at 7,000 since. Okay, so everything is going good. So yeah, we're gonna keep on heading in that direction, and I will be back once again momentarily and update you all on the flight again. Okay, so right now, let's take a look at one more time at this ship down here. It's right in the sun, so you can't see it too well, too much detail, because it's shining right on. Now you can kind of see it a little better. All right, so I will be back once I get to about maybe 10 minutes out or something, and I'll start my descent. And we're going to do a water landing, so I'll see you then. Okay, and as you will see shortly, I started running into some visibility issues. So my so-called perfect VFR weather, it did deteriorate some. I got a good bit of clouds, and I was cruising at 7,000 feet. So I dropped down to 4,000 feet not long after I last came back. And I got my landing lights on here, so yeah, I probably should have just stood at 7,000 feet and just resumed it IFR from that point. But yeah, I'm just under 19 nautical, under 20 nautical miles west of Walker Cay now, and you can see too. Maybe you can see. Oh no, you can't. Okay, because we're still. Yeah, we have a cloud covering here. But luckily, I'm going to land in the water, so I shouldn't have too much trouble with that. And we're going to bring the plane down to about 3,000. I'm hoping I can break through the clouds here shortly. But we're going to do a shallow descent. And as you can see right here, if you are familiar with this Beaver plane, you will notice that it has 3 fuel tanks. And I burned off most of my middle fuel tank. And now I switched to the front. So I went from 24 to 20. I got plenty of fuel, but I switched. That way I'm not going to lose any, I don't want it to cut off. So it's down low enough, so I decided to switch to the front tank. And it's got 3 tanks. Front, middle, and rear. Okay, so now it looks like, yeah, just that little bit of a correction. And, man, the visibility is getting good. And now we can see this really, really pretty Bahama water now. If it keeps going like this, I can go ahead and shut those landing lights right on off. But I'm going to leave them on for now. And notice my speed is really has went high since I did come down to 4,000. So I got to lower that down, and I leaned up my mixture a little. I enriched my mixture a little bit more. I was down to 40% now. I'm going back up to about. Let's go back up to about 70 here. Because we are getting much lower, so let's go ahead and start descending a little bit more. Increase that descent rate to maybe about 7,000. I am running into some turbulence. As you can see, I am right now too. And I was before, so a little bit, but not too bad. But for the most part, the plane has been running great. I'm having no trouble. And no issues, but I'm glad I was double checking my fuel, because that would have caught me off guard if I ran out of fuel like that. It might have took me a minute or two to figure out what was going on, because this is not, I don't have a whole lot of flight time in this plane, but enough to where I feel mostly comfortable with it, so yeah, we should start seeing Walker Cay really, really soon. Let's swing on over this way, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And yeah, that's the airport in Walker Cay. But I could have flew maybe like the Kit Fox Speedster Series 7, something like that. And that runway would have been plenty fine for that, or the Sea Ray. But I would rather just take this and do a water landing. Why not? Why not? Aren't you going to want to get out the plane and just, maybe get into that water when you get out? That nice Bahama water, instead of just walking out on the airfield. Yeah, let's keep the seaplane for this flight. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next flight, but I do plan on taking a couple of flights with some of the jets too. If it's longer flights, then I will do maybe the Cessna Citation Mustang, or the Honda Jet, or the Vision Jet. Those 3 right there. One of those 3 I'll probably take if I do a really long leg, so. But I don't mind flying these small planes long distances. It's more of an adventure flying a small plane a long distance than a fast plane, because the fast plane gets there so quick, And I think I'm starting to see the first sight of Walker Cay, and I am right up here. It's really small. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot to it. I noticed it in the video how they showed that the first on the trailer. It just said Walker Cay, and I seen them flying over it, but I didn't know what everything was changed up there. Maybe the water mask or whatever. But it's going to be kind of hard for me to know what's changed, because I've never been out here before. But either way, I expect it to be pretty nice. I'm sure it will be. There wasn't any point of interest, any points, none of that out here. that I noticed a Walker Cay, but I don't know if the airfield was ever here. They may have added that. That might have been what was added here. I don't really know. But that's going to be the fun of doing all these flights here through the Caribbean, is discovering things for myself. And notice how we're really going slow right now, so I'm going to go ahead and increase the throttle, because we were really getting slow, really. So let's get the throttle back up and get on over here. I'm going to stay at maybe 3,000 feet or so. Now it looks like, I mean, let's do an altitude hold right there. Let's say 3,000 feet. Yeah, I'm kind of like not wanting to go up any higher. It looks like it was kind of had me climb a little higher. We don't want to do that, okay? Need to arm our vertical speed back. Sometimes things get turned off and that kind of messes things up a little bit. Okay, let's keep it at 3,000. I did lock into nav mode, you know, as I started getting closer to this course on this lake here. I don't know how it ends up changing itself, so let's go right down. Okay, that should do it. I should start a descent here. So evidently I'm having a little bit of issues here. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it's fine because, you know, we're almost here, and I haven't had those problems before. But notice how it could have something to do with the fuel burn. Yeah, I bet you it does. Let's switch over to the real tank. Get more of an even burn. All right, so we are coming up on Walker Cay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take the plane now. Let's get our autopilot disengaged and start throwing back some. And we're going to take a look at the airfield here. And also, I believe there is either marina here or over there. But I think all of this is part of Walker Cay, all of that. Which is, as you see, it's not big at all. It's very small. This is tiny, you know. So if you're going to come out here, just either take a seaplane or maybe a bush plane. I don't know, unless you think you can land something bigger on that runway. You know, one of the Islander planes may be able to land there because they could slow down pretty good, and they can take off in a short runway too. So I don't know about the Tri-Islander, but the regular Islander may be able to. So have any of you ever flown out to Walker Cay in Flight Sim? Let me know. Drop a comment below. And if so, was this airport ever here? I don't remember it, but I would think if it was in, I would think I would have noticed it and took a flight out here. But maybe not though. There's just so many places to fly in Flight Simulator. I mean, you're talking about the whole world here, so. You know, it's like that. You know, I've been flying since, like, I want to say October of 20, November or something like that, and maybe even sooner than that. I don't know, but there's so many places that I've yet to go. You know, and notice that we got a little chop down there, some white caps. Not too bad, you know, landing. So as you can see, there's nothing here but this runway. There's actually 2 runways, and you know what? They are bigger than what they look. But it looks strange right here. Is that like a runway? It comes around? That's really weird. It looks like there was a marina here. Alright, but yeah, that looks like... That strange looks like the runway kind of like curves around or something odd. Maybe that's just where you taxi and park. Oh no, right here. That's the parking. Rather strange runway, but I don't think that was there. I do not think that was there in previous version, but I could be wrong. All right, let's do another little fly around. We'll check out some more of this island before we land. A lot of sand here. Let's turn off our landing lights. I don't think we're gonna need those. Landing lights, we don't need those on. Let's make sure we're paying attention to the plane instead of the lights. Okay, so. And I believe this is everything to Walker Cay, right? From that little island down there to straight over here, and just that runway right there. Unless this is part of it too, but I don't think it is. I would have to look that up. But I'm going to turn around and I'm going to land in that little cove right up here, right here. And I am only 1,500 feet, so I need to kind of pay attention, because last thing I want to do is mess up and crash this plane out here. You know, I want to have a nice shutdown. I want to anchor, open the doors, and enjoy the Bahamas weather and water. Okay. We're going to get our throttle back some. And our flaps are coming down. Set those right here on landing, and then I'll put full flats, but keep my eye on my speed as always. But you know, one thing about the seaplanes that I like is you have this whole ocean to land in right out here. So I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up with them, but you can. And most of the times I have is when I was going too fast, or I would stall out. You know, the Beaver looks like it's pretty hard to stall, because you can be going really slow here. I mean, it just comes right on down with ease. I don't even need to touch my RPMs. It's slowing down just like it is. Let's full flap it right now. And set it right on down. All right. There we go. Not a bad landing. And welcome to Walker Cay, Bahamas. Now let's go ahead and pull on up here, and I'm going to drop the anchor. We'll open the doors, get the plane shut off, and then just enjoy our time here. And then I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll come back for the next episode. And I don't know where I'm going to fly at yet, but you can get some clues by watching that trailer. You know, there's some point of interest on those too, a few of them, and I think I want to take a look at some of those, especially I think it was Elbow Reef Lighthouse. I want to definitely take a look at that, and that might be what I'm going to do next. Now let's drop this water rudder. Okay. And look at the difference in the water here compared to what it was when I left Ocean Breeze Park, or Ocean Reef Park. I think it was Ocean Breeze Park or something like that. And As you know, Florida water is pretty, but Bahama water is even better. All right, now let me get a little closer here. I'm gonna go ahead and anchor right up in here. There is a building here for the airport, but not much here. It almost looks as vacant and sparse as Cat Island out here on Mississippi Gulf Coast. There's nothing there, you know, so let's pull on in here, and I'm going to drop anchor and we will get the plane secured. How about right up here, right on this, man, there's some white sandy beaches out here. Look at that. Nice. What is this up? What is that? Over there. Like an island? Or I don't know what that is. I didn't even notice that. Okay. That's strange. But we're going to be right by this runway here. It's like a good spot to do some swimming. Alright. Let's get the plane shut down here. Engine cut off. And we will drop the anchor. Now let's go ahead through the switches and get everything shut off. And I still have a good amount here of fuel, especially in my rear tank. Alright, everything is shut off now. So let's get these doors open. Going back to the back of the plane. All doors open. That's a pretty good shot right there too, but that's part of the fun, I guess. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching. I look forward to you coming back for episode 2. Bye for now.